Welcome to the It Girl Podcast, where we discuss living life like the It Girl. Our host, Erica Passy, brings on different guests to talk about their perspectives on all things It Girl lifestyle. She covers topics such as wellness, fashion, travel, and current It Girl trends. And now your host, Erica.
Welcome back, everyone, to the It Girl Podcast. This is where we talk about all things It Girl related, whether it be travel or fashion, makeup, social media. We got it all here. And this is a production of the CLU podcasting class, so thank you to CLU for providing us with this studio. Today I have Jamie Larry back on to talk more about kind of similar topics to what we talked about last time. And so we can just get right into it. I'm only going to ask you, what are some of your favorite It Girl trends right now?
Ooh, it's a tough one. Honestly, I think that my favorite It Girl trend, I guess, would be the self-care aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think of that, I think of holistic ways to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be anything small, as in trying to wake up 30 minutes earlier or something like that, or trying to take a cold shower in the morning, cold plunge. But I think for me, I really like to just go outside in the morning and try to get sunlight to reset my circadian rhythm and get me awake and ready for the day. And also just trying to not be on my phone at night, which, I kind of struggle with. But
yeah, perfect. I love all those. So I see that on TikTok all the time, and I really try to implement certain things. And so, yeah, I love all that.
Yeah.
So today, our main topic is going to be talking about manifestation, law of attraction, and the newer term for it, which is the lucky girl syndrome.
Oh, I have heard about that.
Yes,
yeah.
That is circulating on TikTok right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk a little bit about that. So manifestation can be done in a variety of ways, but it is essentially putting out an intention to the universe and expecting your future to contain your intention. So basically people say that you can manifest anything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You can manifest connections, you can manifest money or success or anything.
Yeah.
And then just to introduce law of attraction, that is basically if you put good intentions and thoughts and words out into the universe, then you will attract positive things, and vice versa for negative things as well. So if you put out negative thoughts into the universe, you'll attract the negative things. It's going to all come back. So also another example, so if you are rushing and you're panicking and you're trying to drive to work or something, but you're super late, and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't have any of these lights turn red, none of them can turn red, they're all gonna turn red. And then with lucky girl syndrome, it's kind of a combination of both. It's about thinking that you're the luckiest girl in the world or person in the world, and that great things will happen to you. So it's a manifestation and law of attraction type
you're
of thing.
attracting all of that. Yeah.
So do you have any experiences with these topics?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Crazy. So back in, I guess, freshman year, I really wanted to move out of my home with my parents. And it's not just because I we have a great relationship. I love my family so much. I think I was just ready for that, that next step in my growth.
Yeah.
And financially, we're not able to do that. So, I just kind of, I would journal or vision board and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so for honestly 2 years, I think I was just kind of putting the intention out that I really would love to, move out, have the opportunity to do that and have a lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
So I would just, I'd listen to little gratitude meditations, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one day my friend Michaela, she had texted me and she's like, hey, I'm actually looking for a roommate, would you be interested? And she had known our budget was a certain amount, including utilities, and she was like, yeah, that's cool with us.
Wow.
And we got really lucky for the place because it's super close to Cal Lutheran and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had just gotten back, or I guess before that, I kept seeing angel numbers every day. And angel numbers don't necessarily mean anything to you unless you put intention with it.
Yes.
And so when I think of angel numbers we were talking about last time, I think of it as guidance and that you're on the right track.
Exactly.
So
that's how I think of it too.
Exactly, yeah. So I kept seeing 444, 555, and I was like, whoa, something's gonna happen. I just had really good intentions with it. And so yeah, I had gotten back from Seattle since I was visiting my sister, And that whole week just kept seeing angel numbers. So I was like, okay, well, something good is coming. And it's funny because like she sent me like the Zillow profile or whatnot, and there wasn't like too much. There was literally like nothing in, like there was barely any furniture in like the pictures or whatnot. There was literally only a sign that said like love Seattle.
Whoa.
And I was like, this is not just a coincidence. Like
Yeah.
I like see angel numbers, but only when something like bigger is coming into my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been I've been so grateful to even have the opportunity to like, you know, be able to move out and like have this next step in my growth. But like, you know, I think it was only when I was ready for it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my experience with manifestation, I guess.
I have a similar experience with like the whole angel numbers thing. Like
Yeah.
recently I've been seeing a lot of I'm forgetting which number it is, but the number that correlates with change.
I think it's 555.
I think it's 555 as well.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I keep seeing it and I'm like, yep, shit's about to change. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel it, and I also keep getting these like tweets that are like from this like certain user,
Yeah.
and they basically keep telling me that like change is coming for you, like it's this
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then I keep seeing the angel numbers and I'm like,
It's just reaffirming.
yeah.
But even if you don't like believe in it, like I feel like there is so much truth in it. Like
Mhm.
people that don't understand it, it's not gonna like, they're not gonna even like realize that it's gonna like mean something in a way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then when it comes to like my experiences with these concepts, so I'll do vision boards.
Yeah.
For the past few
same.
years, I've started to do that, where I'll do like a vision board on like the first day of January, and I'll
Yeah.
like set my manifestations for
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah.
And I remember this year actually, I went to go create my new vision board, and it's always like set as my laptop, like
Yeah, I do the same
my-
thing.
my
Literally
screensaver, yeah.
same.
And so I went to go look, and so I was like about to start like my new one, and then I was like looking at my old one, and I was like, holy crap, like
Yeah.
so much of it actually came
Yeah.
true.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like it's funny like looking back on my like Pinterest thing, because like in my free time, like, you know, I'll just like add stuff to my vision board, whatnot. And it was like all this stuff from like Hawaii. And 2 weeks ago I ended up like, just the timing was just so perfect, and like I had saved up enough, and
Yeah.
like my friend, like most amazing friend ever, like she literally lives on like the North Shore of
Yeah.
Kauai. And so it just, things happen. And again, like
Yeah.
I kept seeing angel numbers the week of,
Yeah.
and like hadn't like weeks before. So I don't know, I was just like, there's some synchronicity
It's almost like a
happening.
reassurance when you see those numbers.
It
It's
is,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. It's like almost like a weight off your shoulder. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then one of my other, I'm kind of hesitant to share it because it's like, it sounds so stupid. But so when I was in high school and I was first learning about the whole manifestation stuff,
Yeah.
because it was trending on TikTok and everything, I was also obsessed with this one TikTok creator, and this was before my boyfriend. Okay, guys. So there's this TikToker named Blake Gray. Do you know him?
I don't know him, I don't think.
Well, he used to be in like the old Sway House.
Oh,
Like one of the houses, like back when TikTok was like, this was like 2020, so it was
they
like
had TikTok houses.
it was all the TikTok houses going on and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Well, anyways, he was this like creator who actually lived in Houston though during the pandemic, and I
Oh,
was
yeah,
living in
yeah,
Houston and
exactly.
everything, and like I just thought like he was so cute and everything. And I just had like a crush on him. Like he's my like TikTok crush, you know.
Mhm.
So we all have one,
Yeah.
basically. And so this is when I started doing like all the manifestation stuff.
Yeah.
And so I would like manifest
Yeah.
that like I would have some kind of connection to him,
Okay.
and it actually came true.
Don't tell me. No
so
way.
for one, I went on one of his TikTok lives
Uh-huh.
one night, and it was my birthday, and I just like randomly put a comment in the chat, and I never go on lives, never go on like the chats or anything.
You just
But
felt
I put
drawn to it.
Yeah, I was like, I put in there, hey, it's my birthday, and he ended up like seeing the comment, looked at my profile, he was like, oh hey, you're from Houston too, like, and then he followed me.
whoa.
So I'm friends with Blake
Whoa.
Gray on TikTok. Still to this day.
So random too.
I know, it's so.
But like you like I don't know, you just like put that intention out and it happened. Like
it gets better.
okay, go off.
So then that day I turned 18, right?
Okay.
So I get like, so at the time it was a pandemic, so like I wasn't able to like celebrate how a normal 18-year-old would by like
Yeah.
going to the club.
Yeah.
you know? So me and my friends were like, okay, how do we celebrate this birthday, like make it special and do something fun that you can't do when you're before 18? So we were like, okay, let's get dating apps just for fun. So I got like Tinder, Bumble, like all of them.
Yeah.
And guess who I find on Bumble?
Blake?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah. I found him on Bumble. I ended up deleting the app though, so
Yeah.
like don't know if anything happened with that, but yeah, found him on
So
on
random.
Bumble. It was so weird, so random, especially because like we were also on complete opposite sides of Houston. So I was like, there's
Yeah.
no like, how did I even find
Yeah.
him in like the circle?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the radius was not big enough. But anyways,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
those were my little few times I've experienced some
That's wild though.
crazy stuff.
Like on a live too. That's just so random.
Yeah, and of all, because like there's comments constantly coming in. It's like, how did
Yeah.
he select that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
So what kind of practices do you use to manifest or attract or the lucky girl syndrome?
Lately, I've been loving just like listening to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to that on like my morning walks because like when I wake up, like sometimes I'm just too tired. Like I literally have to force myself out of bed, like go on a walk, you know?
What time do you get up for a walk?
So I've been so I have like blackout curtains in my room.
Mhm.
So like when I used to have that on, I would sleep until like 10. And like I'm not like I don't really like I didn't used to be like a late sleeper. But ever since I've been like having that like open and just like letting all the like the light go in, I've been waking up at like sunrise.
Oh wow.
But then I've been going back to sleep. So
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So normally like 8 a.m. and then yeah, I'll go on a walk and then have you heard of like Hertz healing frequencies? Do you know what that is?
I feel like I have heard of it, but I don't remember what it actually is.
So they're just like frequencies and like or like I guess like brown noise. I don't know if you've heard about that.
I've heard of it wasn't brown noise, but I think it's like, is there like a black noise and then like a blue noise?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many
There's-
random.
It's very interesting too when you start listening to them. So it's like, yeah, this definitely isn't white noise, but like,
It's some sort of noise. We
who
don't
says that
know.
it's like blue? Like,
who's addressing colors to them? That's my question.
yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So like I'll listen to these. They're just like non-lyrical, so it's just like pretty much like low-key music that like kind of
Yeah.
calms me down. So
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I'll be doing that and just kind of like having gratitude for the day and just like I don't know, reflecting like what kind of day I want to have. I don't do that every day. Not every day's perfect, but like when I feel like doing it and when I feel I don't know, just in a good mood, then I'll do it.
I did that once and it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I went
good.
for like a run, and then after I was done running, I didn't want to like keep listening to my music, you know?
Yeah.
So I turned on the Apple AirPods like river noises, the
Oh.
background noises, you know?
What?
Yeah,
They
you
can
know?
do that.
Yeah, I gotta show you.
Yeah.
And
Out of this podcast.
yeah, so you can like turn on like different like background noises. That's where I found the whole like, I think it was like dark noise and like
Yeah.
different like types of noise.
You're gonna have to show
And
me that.
so yeah, I found that, and I would just like play the river noises while I was like walking the rest of my like
Yeah.
route. And yeah, it just like was a great time to be able to just like reflect, think, and like practice gratitude.
100%.
I loved it.
Yeah.
For me, like obviously I already mentioned how I do vision boards and stuff. I
Mhm.
practice gratitude, but I also like to do daily affirmations.
Yeah, same.
Those are always fun.
Yeah. I was like really big into that, like journaling and stuff for like 2 years on and off, I would
Mhm.
say. Like that kind of like was part of the whole like start of my spiritual journey. So I would just write like I am statements, you know,
Mhm.
like that's pretty much, you know, and then like visualize like how I want my life to be. And I feel like that's a huge thing in manifestation because like
Mhm.
if you have it on paper and like we'll look back on it, like some of the things like I've done that, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like travel wise and just like lifestyle wise. So it's just like interesting to like look back on that and like see how like you've changed almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How would you say that this like affects or benefits the rest of your life?
Ooh, kind of again with like the spirituality thing, like it just kind of helps you set an intention for like the life that you want to live, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think that it helps add structure to your life. Just kind of figuring out like, oh, like, you know, next year this is the vision, like the vision board that you want to have, and this is
Mhm.
what you want to be doing. So I think that it kind of gives you like
Goals.
just goals, yeah, a focus
Yeah.
for your intentions and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think it's like partially like you're just like subliminally taking in these like little cues and like
Mhm.
the pictures from your vision board and all that stuff, and so
Yeah.
then you're like subconsciously you're just like
Yeah.
you're bringing that into your
Ingrained,
reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like music too. Like I feel like listening to like certain like low vibrational music that's just like it's like I don't know. It just like it transfers to your subconscious. Like you notice it when you're like, you know, remembering song lyrics. You know, that's just another example of it.
Music is so crazy because it definitely affects your mood. Like when I used to listen to certain type of music, I was like, yeah, well, no shit, I was depressed. Like, yeah, I was
listening
on
repeat.
No, that was literally me. That was literally me in high school. Like that's all I would listen to, and now I'm just like, now when I listen to it, I'm like, why did I really like this? Like,
it's like it's good when you're in like a certain mood, but like constantly like on repeat, like you will literally like be in that. Like,
exactly.
I was listening to like Suicide Boys, like stuff like that. Like it's like
I love Suicide Boys.
It's
I mean, I still love Lil Peep. I love Juice
WRLD,
all of them, but like it's just not something I should be listening to constantly. Like sometimes like I need to be listening to something more upbeat, you know?
Yeah. Just at least to like start your day off on like a positive note. Like in like the first like waking hour, I would say is like when you're the most like still in that like subconscious like reprogramming your brain, like brain waves, and so you just need to be like
one of my goals that I want to start like implementing, but it's for me it's just like not super attainable right now because I'm about to start traveling and stuff, and like I don't have my own like necessarily like my own place where I'm like living, because like next year I do want to like move out and get my own place type of thing, and create like this different space, but like I wanted to start waking up earlier in the morning so I have more time for myself in the morning to just like really just like sit there, enjoy my breakfast, not like rush or skip breakfast, and then like maybe go on a walk or have time to like enjoy coffee, make a coffee, like all that, like, or even have like time just to like journal or read. Like I would love to have some time in the morning.
And it like it is attainable. Like you can definitely do it. I think like, you know, like I said, like I used to sleep in late, and then like I'd start my day off really weird, and I'd just be like off. So just small things like, I don't know, like getting yourself ready to like go on a walk. I mean, everyone's different. But I don't know, I kind of like splash like water on my face too if I'm like really tired, and it helps a little bit. But
for me, just like my main thing is because when I started working at the Pilates studio that I work at, like when I started, because I knew I would have to get up by around like 6 to get in by 7. So when I started, I actually changed up my whole like sleep routine. I would start going to bed at like 9 or 10 rather than like 12 to 2 in the morning, you know, like, so I think that's the biggest thing for me is getting back to that routine of like, so I started kind of like pushing it later and later again, but like now I'm like, okay, I need to get back to that routine so that then I can actually enjoy my mornings again, because when I did fall asleep at like 9, wake up at 6, I felt great, and I loved those mornings going to work.
No, it's literally so good. And then, I don't know, like, going to bed at, like, 12, too, I'm like, I don't know. I need to... It's definitely, like, small habits that'll, like, add up to it. So, like, maybe just, like, starting your day, like, you know, like I said, like, 30 minutes earlier, like, each day. And kind of, like, just working towards that. Yeah.
Exactly. Do you enjoy seeing this type of content on social media?
Manifestation?
Like manifestation, lucky girl syndrome, law of attraction, any of it.
I'm like very selective with like how much I go on TikTok, so I feel like when I do, I want it to be like stuff that like I enjoy seeing. So like I honestly do love it because it helps give me tools, and I think that social media can either be very like detrimental to your health, or you can use it as a tool to, you know, better yourself. And that's also just part of manifestation. Like we have technology, and it's almost like technology overload, like information overload. Like we have so much of it, like where do you even start? So I think like, you know, like not like scrolling like mindlessly and kind of just getting constant dopamine rushes, that's where it gets toxic. But if you use it to your advantage and kind of just trying to grow from it, that's where I like seeing it on my feed. So
I enjoy seeing like people who are maybe being more educational about it, like talking, like when the whole lucky girl syndrome thing came out first, I like wanted to see the videos being like, okay, what is lucky girl syndrome, you know, like
what is this?
I wanted to see that. When I first got into manifestation, I wanted to find like videos that were like how to manifest, like what are different ways to go about that, what are the different avenues, like how do you even start, that kind of thing. But one thing that grinds my gears, I hate, have you seen the trend recently on social media that's like, use this sound and interact 3 times and good things will happen to you tomorrow?
Why does that remind me of like middle school?
Yeah,
like it's like the little like chains where like, oh, you have to respond to this or else you're freaking,
Yeah.
someone's gonna, yeah,
Yeah.
anyways.
I need those to end. Like, I need it to stop because it's too much on my For You page, and every time I'm just like swiping them away.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But it's always like people, like it's smart marketing for people that are like trying to plug their music.
No,
like that's where I
literally.
see it. That's
Yeah.
where I see it.
or just like random girls who just want a bunch of followers. They're like, yep, follow me, interact 3
Yeah.
other times, and you'll get $1 million tomorrow. Like,
but it's like, it's literally how you go viral. That's why there's
Yeah.
so many of it. So many videos of that.
yeah,
That's crazy.
that's our issue on TikTok. We're not doing those.
I know. The algorithm, man.
So as we're wrapping up today, I just wanted to ask, do you have any last thoughts or comments that you'd want to make about the topics?
What's your favorite like manifestation technique, I guess? Like just the vision boards, or like do you do anything else?
I think right now it's vision boards.
Yeah.
Before it used to be, and it's kind of hard for me to remember because it's all the way back in 2020,
Mhm.
and that's like now 3 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
I kind of like when I first started manifesting, I found it was honestly probably like my most productive way. But
Yeah.
basically I would like really just like, it was kind of like a sort of meditation where I would just kind of like do breathing exercises, and I would like really try to like immersively visualize that I'm living
Yeah.
the reality that I
Yes.
want.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I was just listening to a podcast, and it's like, this might sound crazy, but like he was explaining that like we need to like use our senses too, like our 5 senses.
Yeah.
So like if you want to be in like a cafe or like in Paris, like living in Paris, like literally like eat a croissant, or like I don't know, like
Yeah.
stuff like that, like just like almost pretend that you're like in that reality, and it just will feel real to you, you
Yeah,
know, and like later on
exactly.
it'll happen. Like you just
Yeah.
have to believe.
Yeah.
That sounds so
Exactly.
cliche, but
I feel like that's what I'm kind of like trying to do with social media right now, you
Yeah.
know, where it's just like, you know how they say that you're supposed to like post like you're an influencer to like actually
Yeah.
become one.
yeah,
So that's why like I just don't care anymore if people see like my TikToks. So I'm
it
like,
doesn't matter. Like
you know,
so many people like honestly will probably like want to do the same, and I think that like
Yeah.
it just it's what you want to do. You're living your truth.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like I think it's
snaps
just
to
like
that.
fun, you know, and then you know if I just pretend like I'm already there, it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Anyways, so today we're gonna wrap up today's episode now. Come back for more future episodes where you can hear about other topics such as fashion or travel, social media. I cover a lot of different topics, and you can always go back to past episodes to catch up on different ones. You can find me on all my socials at eriika.3. I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I'm on different socials as well, but those might have different usernames. I'm not really sure what my Twitter handle is. But you can go ahead and also find my videos for these podcasts on YouTube at It Girl Podcast channel. You can find the links to these audios in my Instagram bio. Under the third tab, you'll find my Mixcloud, and that's where you can listen to all of these. So thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the It Girl Podcast, a production of the CLU podcasting class. We appreciate all of your support and would love it if you would reach out to Erica on all social media platforms. You can find her on Instagram and TikTok at eriika.3. Reach out and let her know what you would like to hear about next, or send in ideas for current trends you would like her to discuss. Thanks again. Look forward to talking to y'all next time.